Menopausal symptoms. Have you got any? Are you presenting with menopausal symptoms? Do you even know any of your health symptoms that you might be experiencing could be linked to the menopause? So first of all, what are the official menopausal symptoms? So I'm going to link up here to the NICE guidelines. So if you're in the UK, click the link and I'll also put them down in the description box. It will give the official 34 menopausal symptoms, although there are so many more. So if you are perimenopausal, so that means before the menopause, and you could be perimenopausal from your 40s all the way up to your 50s, early 50s. You may hit the menopause in early 50s, and then once you've had a year where you've had no cycle, that one day after, that's when you're in menopause, and then you go into post. So lots of perimenopausal women or ladies in their 40s will say to me, I don't really know if I am perimenopausal. We are once we hit 40. The big sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone and testosterone, they're starting to decline. And how they decline, because their egg production is starting to slow down because it's coming to the end of our child-bearing years. As those hormones start to decline, they don't decline in a linear fashion. You know, they don't just slowly decline in a nice, orderly fashion. They zig, they zag, they go down, they go up, they change. So some women, some of you guys watching me, will have horrendous symptoms, you know, that change your personality, how you think, your energy, you know, is really impacted. And then other people will just have minor, small, dripping tap type symptoms. And then other people will sail through and won't notice a thing. We're all so unique. But if you are perimenopausal and you're in your 40s, being extra vigilant and understanding what the menopausal symptoms are and what you can do and what all of us can do, how we can take our health into our own hands, how we can empower ourselves, how we can educate ourselves on the symptoms, then as you start to notice them, you can be really vigilant and you can actually write down those symptoms. So if you do go to your doctor in maybe 6 months' time, a year's time, 6 years' time, you have a notebook with some of the symptoms that you've been experiencing and how you are experiencing them, because they might come and go. And also many menopausal symptoms present as other health conditions. So you might go to your doctor and say, right, I'm gaining weight, I feel that my metabolic rate is slowing down, I've got no energy, my hair is falling out. And your doctor might think, okay, well, that presents very similar to a thyroid problem. So is it the menopause or is it thyroid issues? But if you can have a log of all the symptoms that you've had over 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, that's going to really help your doctor. And if you're empowered, you can say, well, let's rule the thyroid out. Can we have a blood test so that we can see it's not a thyroid issue? And if it's not, then you know that it's going to be menopausal symptoms. If you check out all those 34, it might be that you are experiencing a few of those symptoms really acutely, or it might be that it's just minimal and they come and they go. So my advice on this video is to write them down, your symptoms as they happen and how long you are experiencing them for, and just make that log. That's going to help you. And it could be that you've not really joined the dots yet of the symptoms that you're experiencing, and you've not really worked out that it is down to being perimenopausal or menopausal. So it could be, usually the first thing people come to me with is weight gain. They're experiencing unexplained weight gain. They are eating all the same foods, they're doing all the same activities, yet they're gaining weight, and they're gaining weight around the midsection. So this is really common because as we go through perimenopause into menopause, the metabolic rate starts to slow down only a little bit. It's only tiny, but it starts to slow down. Also, the body starts to change where it lays down surplus fat. So as the metabolic rate is slightly slowing down, if you're not being as active as you were, maybe you're eating calories a little bit more than you normally would, and you are gaining weight, even if it's slowly over time, you might notice it in different areas. It might come around your middle, it might be around your bottom, it might be around your back or your arm in a different place. Again, that is down to the hormones and how the hormones are changing. That has an impact. So that's usually a symptom that people tend to come to me with, and they'll say, you know, I'm putting weight on and I'm doing everything all correctly. I'm eating all the healthy foods. Another question or a comment that I get as a fitness professional is many women who are exercising regularly and have been exercising regularly for years, now noticing that they are feeling more sore, their joints are aching, they're not recovering as fast, they're getting prone to injury, they are feeling stiff and tight around the joints. Again, this is a massive symptom of perimenopause. So that might be something that you suffer with or struggle with. You haven't quite got the energy to train as you used to train, and that impacts you mentally and physically. The third big one, of course, is sleep. You're starting to wake up more and more through the night. You're waking up with a hot sweat. You are, experiencing hot sweats and night sweats, again, all pointing towards menopause. And they're just some of the very common ones. There's so many. You might be experiencing a metal taste in your mouth. Your skin might be changing. Your nails might be more brittle. You might be experiencing like a ringing in your ears. There's so many that are down to those hormones. And when the hormones start to decline, they have such a massive impact on the whole body, the whole system, mentally and physically. But there are so many things that you can do. There really are. First thing is to go through those symptoms, have a look, tick off the ones that you might be experiencing, write down ones that perhaps aren't even on the list but you are noticing, and then you can make an informed decision. Do you need to go and see a GP, or do you need to then work on your lifestyle? So maybe, can you improve your diet, eat more vegetables, eat more protein? Can you work on your sleep hygiene, i.e. not eating late in the evening? So when you've had your last meal of the day, close your kitchen and give yourself a few hours before you go to sleep so your body has digested the food. Maybe cut out caffeine after midday so you're not drinking caffeine, so caffeine's not keeping you awake. And if you are still struggling with your sleep, again, you can write it down in your log and then go and chat with your GP about it. Another thing that you can do is manage your stress. That's a hard thing. We're all experiencing stress. We all have stresses in our life. How are you dealing with it? Have you got some tools in your toolkit that you can use when you feel stress and anxiety? It might be that you learn some breath work. You might put into your day a daily 10-15 minute walk outside with nature, because that can really help clear your mind. It might be that you enjoy doing sort of 10 or 15 minutes of exercise. And speaking of exercise, how much exercise are you doing? Are you doing something consistently on a daily basis? It might be a 15-minute session. It might be stretching. It might be weight training. It might be a home workout, something that you can do consistently. So whether it's a home workout or whether you are going to the gym or a class, get that into your routine so that you're doing it consistently. You're not just doing it once a blue moon. It becomes part of your weekly routine. Are you drinking enough water? Are you hydrated? And these are just a few ways that you can incorporate healthy tips, healthy habits into your lifestyle relatively simply. And I can help you if you need some guidance and a structure and a framework. I'm here to help you. This video is to point out that those symptoms it's very normal, and the more you understand them and the more you can make a note of them, when you do go and see your doctor, you have a comprehensive, almost a dossier around the symptoms that you're experiencing, and then your doctor can decide which between you is the next steps for you to really help manage those symptoms. Hope that helped. I run a program called MenoFit, and if you'd be interested in joining in, I'll put all the details below. But any questions that you have around menopause, weight gain, weight loss, physical fitness, mental fitness, just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video to help.